When we did the coronavirus rhythms, one rhythm confused some of you more than other rhythms did, and that was the triplet. To keep things simple when you learn rhythm, people usually learn 4/4 time first and stick with that for a while until they're sure of it. That means that there are 4 beats in a measure, and a quarter note gets 1 beat. So when we set the metronome to a steady beat, we hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the pulse of the music, its steady heartbeat. We can move with the steady beat in all quarter notes. We can move faster using notes like eighth notes and 16th notes. Here are eighth notes. 1, 2, ready, go. T, 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 T. Or we could move even faster in 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could move more slowly using half notes. 1, 2, ready, go. Half note, 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 half note. We could move even slower using hold notes, which are worth 4 quarter notes or 4 ticks each. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try to clap some rhythms together. I've used the word pie for a quarter note because it has 1 syllable. I've used the word apple for an eighth note because it has 2 syllables. I've used the word, 3 different words actually, for 16th notes. Ukulele, watermelon, and alligator, because they all have 4 syllables. For the half note, I've used the word sit. And for the whole note, I've used the word hold. Again, let me remind you that there are 2 lines of music here. The top line is the rhythm that we're looking at, and the bottom line is the steady beat. Here I've made a graphic that has a vertical line that goes between the word on the top line and the note on the bottom that represents the steady beat. Take a look at it for a second so that it makes sense to you and you won't be confused by having the 2 lines of music. You're reading the top line. As we go through these, we'll do each line twice. The first time through, we'll do it saying the words, which are usually food words, and the second time through, I'll count it using the numbers that are right underneath the top line of music, which is the way that a lot of musicians count them. So do your best and see what happens. Let me get the metronome started. Number 1, 1, 2, ready, go. Pie, 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 pie. Apple, 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 apple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Here we go for number 2. 1, 2, ready, go. Sit, 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 sit. Hold, hold. Sit, 2, sit, 2, sit, 2, sit, 2. Hold, 2, 3, 4. hold, 2, 3, 4. Number 3. 1, 2, ready, go. Ukulele, ukulele, watermelon, watermelon, alligator, 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 alligator. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Forgot to breathe before I did that one and almost ran out here. Number 4. 1, 2, ready, go. Pie, apple, pie, 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 apple, pie, pie, apple, apple, pie, pie, apple, apple, pie, pie. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Number 5. 1, 2, ready, go. Pie, apple, sit. Pie, alligator, sit. Pie, alligator, sit. Sit, sit. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2 and a 3, 4. 1, 2 and a 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've used quarters, eighths, halves, wholes, and 16th notes. Most of them move with 1, 2, 3, or 1 and 2 and. We're always thinking in terms of 1, 2, 1, 2. When we do those notes, we're usually moving in groups of 2 or 4. We would have 1 syllable of a word spoken per beat, or 2 syllables of a word spoken per beat. But what happens when we have a 3-syllable word or want that rhythm in our melody or harmony? That's when we use what's called a triplet. A triplet, a type of tuplet, is a group of 3 notes played inside another note length. It's a portion of musical time that's been split rhythmically into 3 equal parts. A triplet is identified by a small 3 above or below its note beam, bracket, or slur. Here you see an example of triplets. You see triplet eighth notes, and then you see a quarter note, and you see 2 eighth notes. Now, if we had a steady beat going, let me get my metronome on so we can hear the steady beat. If I moved in quarters, I'd move this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. If I moved in eighths, I would move this way. Here I go. When I move with the triplet, I take that 1 beat and I have to do 3 even notes. And you can use the word pineapple, kind of works. Or you could just use the word triplet and call it a triplet. And I think I'm going to use the word triplet right now so that you get that word in your mind. So here I go with triplets. 1, 2, ready, go. Triplet, 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 pineapple, 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 triplet, 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 triplet. Number 6. Pie, apple, pie, pineapple, pie, apple, pie, pineapple, pie, apple, pie, pineapple, pie, apple, pie, pineapple. If you're going to count it in numbers, it would go this way. Maybe 1, 2, and 3, 4, and a 1, 2, and 3, 4, and a 1, 2, and 3, 4, and a 1, 2, and 3, 4, and a. Number 7. 1, 1, 2, ready, go. Pie, pineapple, pie, pineapple, pie, pineapple, pie, 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 apple, 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 apple. 1, 2 and a 3, 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Number 8. 1, 2, ready, go. Triplet, 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 pie, pie, triplet, pie. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3 and a 4. Number 9. 1, 2, ready, go. Pineapple, 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 pineapple. Shelter in place, shelter in place. Pineapple, 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 pineapple. Triplet 2, triplet 4. Pineapple, 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 pineapple 2. Pineapple 4. Pineapple, 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 pineapple. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. And the last one, I'll do all 4 verses of it, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Shelter in place, shelter in place, shelter in place, shelter in place. Triplet 2, triplet 4, triplet 2, triplet 4. Pineapple 2, pineapple 4, pineapple 2, pineapple 4. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. I hope this has helped you to understand the triplet, so that when you next time you try to do the corona rhythms, that you probably will be able to get the shelter in place right, and hopefully you understand what a triplet is, a way to get a beat to have 3 notes in it instead of just having 2 notes in it. And that's 3 even notes in it, so that all 3 notes are exactly the same length. That's a triplet. Thank you.